she tries to lift up her dress and cover the bag with her dress. Previously on
5 in the morning, I wake up to 5 for my earnings. Fear in my mind is a warning.
Hey crew, welcome back to my channel for another flight attendant vlog. We are starting the vlog in a different setting. I'm in the car. I just left Walmart. I was supposed to vlog in there, but I forgot. I start on call days tomorrow. I was assigned 4 p.m. a airport standby, and I just wanted to get some food because you know that I prefer to meal prep and bring things with me because number one, it's less expensive, and number two, I know what I'm eating. So I bought a few things to make, and maybe I'll show you guys once I get home. So I'll see you in the next clip. Good morning, crew. It is 10:11. I have a 1:30 flight this afternoon for my 4 p.m. airport standby. So I am up, about to make myself breakfast. Just forgot something downstairs, and meal prep the last of my food. So today our schedules came out in New York. At my airline, they stagger the schedule releases for the different bases. And New York is one of the last ones to get their schedules, but they don't release until 2 p.m. And guess who will be on their commuter flight at 2 p.m.? Me. So let's put out positive vibes and energy that my schedule looks nice, so I won't have to do much swapping. Yeah, that's about it. Please excuse my appearance. I just got up not too long ago, but I forgot to come back and speak to you guys yesterday when I was actually cooking the stuff. Ooh, it's dark for a second. Bear with me. So I don't think I'm gonna show you guys anything today because I'm not really doing that much. So most likely I will see you guys either on the way to the airport or at the airport or in JFK. Who knows? We'll see. So see you in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is 1:01 and I have made it to DCA. The flight has just started boarding, so I'm waiting to get on. I'll probably speak to you guys again once I get to New York. So see you in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is 4:33. I did not come and speak to you guys right when I landed in JFK, but crew scheduling just called me and assigned me a trip. My hopes of it being international was a fail again this on-call days. I was awarded a trip out of LaGuardia, but I'm in JFK, so that's something new that I don't think I've ever shared with you guys. When that happens, the company transports you from one airport to the next. It is a 2-day trip, but you know, since I'm on call, anything can happen. As of right now, it says I am, never mind, it doesn't say anything. Hold on. Okay, as of right now, it says I'm ground deadheading from JFK to LaGuardia, and then working LaGuardia to Atlanta, laying over for 11 hours, and then deadheading back the next day. We'll see if that actually happens, so I will keep you guys updated. Hey crew, so it is 6:45 now. I am heading outside to go pick up my transportation to head to LaGuardia. So, oh, I forgot to tell you guys that I'm lead position, unfortunately, which you know I don't like, but it is what it is when you're on call. You take what they give you. So I'll see you in the next clip.
Yeah, the world mash up from vicious
crew, so please excuse my appearance. It is 11:55 p.m. and surprisingly, I'm not exhausted. I am tired, but not exhausted. I'm in Atlanta waiting for the hotel shuttle. Once I get into the hotel, I will sit down and explain everything that happened today for you guys. So I'll see you in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is, there we go, midnight 39. So I need to hurry up and go to sleep because I have a minimum rest layover. Please excuse my appearance. I am ready for bed. I have my night clothes on. I'm about to throw this bonnet on my head and I have my glasses on, but I promise that I will come back and speak to you guys about today. So first, let's start off with my commuting flight. The flight was fine. I had a lady who was in transit sitting next to me, so meaning she was connecting onto an international destination once she got to JFK, and she had a lot of bags. She had a purse, a little tote bag, and this huge, like, you know, the people who go backpacking in the wilderness kind of book bag. If I can remember, I'll try and post one on either one of these sides. And the plane that I commuted on was a regional aircraft, so the bins are smaller, and the backpacker book bag was filled to capacity. Like, it was swollen, and I knew that it was not going to fit in there because I knew if my bag couldn't fit in it, that bag surely wasn't. So she attempts, I don't say anything because not my flight, not my business. I sit in my seat and I mind my business unless it's something safety related. She is trying to stuff the bag into the overhead bin. She figures out that it's not going to work, and she puts her other bags into the overhead bin, and now is attempting to put the backpacker book bag underneath the seat in front of her, which that didn't work as well. So then this lady, you guys, she had on like this flowy dress, tries to lift up her dress. She sits down. The big backpacker book bag is in between her legs. She tries to lift up her dress and cover the bag with her dress. So I'm like, ma'am, you can't do that. They're not going to let you have the bag right here in between your feet. She's like, I said, you'll have to get them to tag it and check it, and you'll get it once you get to New York. She's like, well, it has glass in it. I said, okay, well, I understand that, but you can't have it right here. Like, they're not going to let you have it in between your legs because it can't go underneath the seat. So maybe ask the flight attendant if there's any open bins towards the front that they can put your bag in or help you find a spot. So she's like debating with whether or not she wants to listen to me. And I'm trying to save her the headache because once they're about to close the boarding door and they see that bag, they're just going to check it. So she listens and she goes to the flight attendant up in the front and is like, whatever. I don't know what she says because I wasn't up there, but she comes back and the problem is solved. So she's like, thank you so much. So now we get to JFK early, and we sat on the plane for almost an hour, but it was about 50 minutes until we were able to get to the gate. So like I told you guys earlier, if I didn't, I was optimistic that I was going to be able to snag a domestic trip on A-days or on airport standby, but I was assigned this trip. And this is not the norm. Typically, if you have airport standby in one airport, that is the airport you would be assigned a trip. But in certain extreme circumstances, they can, if they're like, they don't have enough airport standbys in one airport and they have more in the other, they will limo you to that destination. And that's what happened to me. So I was assigned a trip out of LaGuardia, lead position, where they limoed me from JFK to LaGuardia to work this flight LaGuardia to Atlanta. I was supposed to lay over and then deadhead back to JFK tomorrow, which I knew was not going to happen. Before we left Atlanta. I'm sorry, before we left LaGuardia, my schedule changed and now I work a Jacksonville, Florida turn out of Atlanta, and then I'm supposed to be deadheading back after that. So we'll see what happens in the morning. If there are more changes or reroutes, I will definitely let you guys know. But at this point, I need to go to sleep. I am tired. I don't know what I was talking about when I was sitting out there waiting for the hotel shuttle, talking about I wasn't tired. I'm tired. So enough of me flapping my gums. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Morning, crew. As you can see, I'm in the airport. I didn't get to speak to you guys while I was in the hotel because I was having a disagreement with the clock, but as of right now, my schedule has still remained the same. 2 legs, the Jacksonville turn out of Atlanta, and then deadhead to JFK. So that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey crew, so I am in Jacksonville right now. It's 1:41 p.m. We are heading back to Atlanta. I was rerouted again, so once I get settled, I'll come back and explain everything to you. So see you in the next clip. Hey crew, yes, I am already in my sleeping clothes. Yes, it is only about 5 p.m. 5:15 to be exact. I'm tired, but I needed to come on and speak to you guys because I told you I would when I was in Jacksonville. I got rerouted again, which I pretty much expected. Please excuse my appearance because I look rough. I pretty much expected that. So once we landed in Jacksonville, I noticed that there was 3 changes in my schedule. Instead of me deadheading back to JFK once I finished that Jacksonville turn, I was rerouted to Layover again in Atlanta, and then tomorrow work a Myrtle Beach turn and then deadhead back to JFK after the Myrtle Beach turn. So as of right now, that is my schedule. We're gonna put out positive vibes and positive energy that nothing else changes, as tomorrow is my last on-call day. Yeah, so that's about it. The flights were fine, 44 minutes and 48 minutes long, and my crew, that was literally, it was for a 4 flight attendant crew. Every single flight attendant was from a different base. Me, New York, we had LAX, we had Atlanta, we had, like I was saying, we had LA, we had Atlanta, we had New York, and we had Detroit. So a different flight attendant from every base. That's about it for this evening. I'm pretty tired, but I want to try and get some editing in before I call it a night. I am warming my food in my Hot Logic, so that should probably take a few because my Hot Logic does not warm up that quickly. And I'm in for the night. So far so good. I have not spent any money on this trip or this on-call set because it's been multiple trips, and I'm happy with that. Enough of me flapping my gums. I will speak to you guys either tomorrow or if I have anything else to share in the next clip. So see you soon. Good morning, crew. So it is 6:44. I'm on my transportation back to the airport. There is a change in my rotation again. Instead of me deadheading back to JFK after my Myrtle Beach turn, they now have me working a flight from Atlanta to LaGuardia and then limo or ground transportation back to JFK, just as I did starting this whole on-call block. So that's my update for you. I will see you guys in the next clip. Hey crew, so it is 9:34 and I just made it to Myrtle Beach. 1 leg down, 2 more to go. This is an express flight. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a limited service. It's not the full service offering of, all beverages, all snacks. It's 2 snacks, coffee, water, and tea. So that went by pretty quickly. I'm actually on an aircraft that I haven't flown in about 2 years because my base typically does not have trips that have this aircraft, so this is a little throwback for me. Fun fact about this plane, you actually have to, you know how the newer planes, it has like this monitors that play the safety demo. You have to do a manual safety demo and announce, someone has to say the safety demo announcement. So that's something special about this aircraft. I am in the back, as you can see, and that's about it. The passengers were good. It was an uneventful flight, just like how we like it, and hopefully the next two are the same. So I'll probably speak to you guys again once I get to LaGuardia, but I'm not making any promises. So I'll see you in the next clip. So it is many days after the end of my on-call 3-day block. And I needed to come back and speak to you guys just to do our final crew debriefing on how the trip was overall and how the last day was. So let me pull back up my schedule because I don't want to get to lying. So as you guys know, I was sitting airport standby in JFK from the beginning on day 1 of 3, and I was limoed to LaGuardia to work allegedly a 2-day trip, which turned into a 3-day trip. But fun fact about that is that basically scheduling has to get you back to the airport that you originated at. So the last day I had 3 legs. Initially I was supposed to do Atlanta, Myrtle Beach, Atlanta, and then Deadhead, Atlanta, JFK, which I would have tried to deviate and go straight home from Atlanta, but they rerouted me again. I think I told you guys that, and they had me work the flight Atlanta to LaGuardia and be done there and then have the limo back to JFK. Well, if I was wiser, I should have taken the limo back to JFK, but I didn't because I was like, you know, there's flights from LaGuardia that can bring me back home. Well, there was a weather system going through New York that night, which messed up everything. I tried to commute on another airline because they had an earlier flight. Every single flight at that airline in that concourse was canceled except the one that I was trying to get on, which ended up being oversold. So then I went back to my airline's terminal. The flight that I was supposed to try and get on got canceled, so then I put myself on another flight, and that one was delayed, and the ones after it all got canceled. So I was just crossing my fingers at that point that my flight did not get canceled. Luckily, I think my flight was the only one that actually went out, but by that time, you guys, I was delirious because I had woken up at like 5:30 in the morning, and at that point it was 8:30 at night. So I had a long day. And the airport was packed. If you guys are unfamiliar with LaGuardia's airport, our concourse or our terminal is not that big, so there's not that many seats. And with all these flights canceling and delaying, it just was a madhouse in there. I want to rewind a little bit because I'm going in backwards order, or I don't know what order. It's not flowing, basically. I'm starting from the end and moving my way backward. I met a crew member. Shout out to Cynthia. Sorry, I was like in my own world trying to figure out if I was going to be able to make that flight, which I consequently did not make, but it was nice meeting you. The last leg that I worked Atlanta to LaGuardia, I was the A, which is the lead position. You guys know I do not like flying lead. And oh no, that's not the flight that happened. So the Myrtle Beach turn out of Atlanta, I was sitting in the back of the plane. I think I spoke to you guys one of the times in Myrtle Beach. So I was in the back, and during boarding, I went to go brief the exit row. So there was a gentleman, he had his headphones on, he had his eyes closed. Cool, no problem. We try and get his attention so I can brief everyone at one time. The lady sitting next to him gets his attention and then decides to start a phone call. So now when it's time, and I didn't notice that she started the phone call until when I brief the exit row, I say, I'm going to need everyone's attention for a few minutes. I need a verbal response from each of you. And then I give my whole spiel. Then I go to each person to hear the verbal response. So when I got to her, She was on the phone. So we're all looking at her and she's like,
You're gonna have to wait. I'm on a phone call.
I was like, is she talking to the person on the phone? Is she talking to her partner next to her? Because she can't be speaking to me. You're about to lose your exit row seat. Like, ma'am. And I looked at her and she's like, yes. So now everyone's looking at her and they're laughing. And I'm like, ma'am, you need to get off the phone. We're doing the safety briefing. Are you capable of sitting in this exit row seat and following directions? And she's like, yeah. Like, geez, it's not that difficult. I don't even feel like I have their attention for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is probably a lot of time, probably a minute at the most. A minute, you can't just give me your undivided attention to get through my job so we can get out of here and go to your destination. I just felt it was disrespectful. But you know what? Everyone's different. You guys may not consider disrespectful, but I do. Enough of that. I think that's it. Nothing happened on the Atlanta to LaGuardia flight that I can think of. And then I had that long process of trying to get home. So, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay safe and see you soon.